Hi, starting a new vlog in my bathroom, about to trim my hair. I am currently writing a chapter draft for my PhD and I'm exhausted and stressed about that, and I just decided I would see if I wanted to record some stuff whilst I try and do that. So this is that. And yeah, what this is going to begin with is me cutting off a chunk of my hair. I've got a lot of hair. It's pretty long. I have an undercut, which is now this long. And I really want to grow my undercut long enough to just include in my regular hair. And I mean, at this point it is really very long, it's not I don't think people can really tell, but I personally want to. So I'm going to cut off a chunk of the non-undercut hair. Then I'm going to trim the undercut hair a little bit, because the thing is, I want the hair that grows to be healthy and solid. So I've been trimming my hair quite a lot, because I have a lot of hair and I want it to be nice. But I also try to take care of the ends a lot. I didn't really think this was going to become me talking about my hair, but I guess you're welcome. I guess maybe I should also trim my fringe a little bit. I don't think it really needs it, so I'm not going to do that right now. Although I hopefully, maybe in this vlog, but who knows when, I am planning to re-bleach my fringe, which is just so long now, but, and then re-dye it because I want it to be pink. But that's not what's going to happen now. First of all, I'm going to cut off a chunk of my hair. So, let's do it. The chaotic energy of this is clearly evident, so... more of my hair. But I also wanted to say apologies to any professional hair people. I'm so sorry. Maybe an inch more, because I think I cut about 3. I mean, it's looking kind of short now to me, but maybe that was a mistake, but it's okay because hair grows. Maybe that was a bit much. I feel like I always do this, but it'll be okay. Anyway, it's okay. I decided I'm gonna be chill about it. Here's the extra bit I cut off. Okay, let's see how deeply... I'm literally bleeding from where I cut myself with the stupid scissors. Anyway, this is how you do your hair if you're punk and also a femme. Okay, bye. If you would like to know, I am now going to put coconut oil on the ends of my hair, the new ends of my hair, because it helps with hair. I know what I'm talking about. tired. Just feeling like the work on this chapter is endless and it's not getting any better, and maybe I should just rewrite the whole thing, but I'm not going to rewrite the whole thing. And also I'm going to have to rewrite the whole thing anyway, because this is just like a draft for this chapter, and then, you know, I'm going to write a third chapter sometime in the future, and then I'm going to have to come back, write the introduction and conclusion, and also like rewrite everything, because obviously it's all going to have like change slash, you know, like where I like introduce something for the first time won't actually be the first time anymore, so then I'm going to have to rejig all of that. And like some of the critics that I maybe use, like if I repeat them across chapters, then I will need to rewrite how I talk about them in each, and blah 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 blah. So there's no point in doing that. But at the same time, this draft is a total mess, and I think it sucks. I've done like so much work in the past 2 days, but then it's like, yeah, it's just not really feeling like it's been fruitful in a like, okay, and now I feel more confident about this draft way. Which is frustrating. Tomorrow the plan is that I send it to someone to look at who's not me. I'm also just getting so bored of like looking at it and reading through it and trying to edit it, because it's like I've looked at some of these parts like so much and I'm just like done. So to try and keep it like slightly more interesting, I've like changed the font in the Word doc I'm writing in, just to give it a bit of just to make it seem like it's a little bit different and not the same exact Word doc. I was crying a little, hence the tissue. My pain is like definitely increasing, so I am a bit concerned about that, but I don't have that much spoons to really like attend to it, but I am trying my best. Like I did some Pilates and blah blah blah, and I'm gonna try to do that tomorrow as well. And like maybe one day when I have the spoons and time and blah blah blah, I will go swimming, because I do really like to go swimming. It's very tiring, and also like I can't just walk out my house and go swimming, you know, like I have to go somewhere. Which is all part of the exhaustion and like logistical planning and difficulty. So I am just like worried about like entering another flare up or like having another really bad time with it, but just doing what I can to try and help my body chill out a bit and not be super stressed. And what can you do in the face of unmanageable conditions? One time I read like an abstract about someone's PhD who had written about like managing fibromyalgia, and they basically in their abstract wrote about how it was an unmanageable illness, and then I'm pretty sure I cried. Because I was like, so true. Unfortunately, it is so true. I mean, conditions that include like pain and fatigue obviously are like pretty difficult to manage in general, because pain and fatigue are really hard to like manage, and like it doesn't really matter how organized you are or how like, yeah, whatever you are, like if you're fatigued or in loads of pain, like it will halt you in some capacity, and if you try to go through it, generally it will be worse for you in the long run. But then with my pain, I would say my fatigue is much more straightforward and makes more sense actually, although occasionally when it flares up that doesn't seem to be such a reason. But still, I think the pain, at least in my experience, like is more kind of is more difficult to manage, because it appears, it disappears, it appears with an incredible intensity, makes you feel like you must have broken something or like been torn in half. Maybe broken something actually is not quite the right way to say it, but ripped in half definitely felt like that. And you'll be surprised to know I was not ripped in half. And then it's like after feeling the like absolute extremes of what you think you can kind of like deal with, or the pain levels that you've been in, and then suddenly it like stopping, it's like really traumatizing, because it's just kind of like, well, why did that happen? I can't even do anything to make sure that like that never happens to me again, because it's literally like I'm not giving tools to do that, because I could do something that really helped with my body before, and then suddenly it's not. Or like I'm literally just living my life and normally doing stuff like picking up a spoon, and then suddenly I'm in excruciating pain, and like I pick up a spoon every day, so like what happened? How can I even make reasonable something that is so deeply unreasonable? So it's really hard to manage sometimes, is the conclusion of this chat. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just also like floundering with my chapter. I was like reading through some of the like notes and diaries and entries and things that I made in the past, and I do say some of the similar things that I have been saying now in them. So in a way that's sort of validating, because it's like, well, I feel like much better about those things now, so maybe I can just like, but yeah, it does just feel like this part of it is so extended, especially considering I have
in my Word doc it says I have 11,800 words. I definitely don't have that many, but I would say, let's say I have about 10,000 words. And like, I don't think I've ever had that many words and been this like unsure. Like when I've got to 10,000 before, I feel like I've been like, okay, no, this is like solidly, like it's in a good like shape, or at least like it's in a fairly coherent shape, like blah 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 structurally. Whereas this, it just feels like ugh. And then I also feel like the amount that I want to write, or like that I could write about it, does sort of feel kind of endless. And I don't know, I don't think I'm doing very well with my argument, but I'm also struggling. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I do have an argument for this chapter, I just am not sure that I've done very well in articulating it in there, or like the pieces of evidence I'm using for it are very, or like, that I just feel like maybe I will have to get rid of some of the things that I like having as evidence for my argument to make it smoother and more like clear, which is sad because I really want to include the like evidence and the writing and the close reading in particular that I've done for these like texts, but maybe I will have to let go of some of them. Ugh, I don't know. Ugh, my head also really hurts. Okay, I'm in pain. I'm gonna make myself get up. Please ignore the mess over here. Maybe the next time I record I will be wearing a different outfit. I'm still looking ugly. Okay, bye. Hello, I'm ill and my deadline is tomorrow for this work that I have to send off to my supervisors. So I have to work even though I don't feel good. Luckily, I've like got myself to the place where I'm just like going through to like finalize some parts. Like, it's shit, but it's like a draft, like it's fine. And I think like it's got to a place, whatever, it's got to a place, some kind of place. Yeah, I would say my references are pretty shitty, and also some of the ways that I've quoted, I haven't like, yeah, there's lots of stuff that I haven't, what's the word? It's always good to not be able to remember words when you're about to work on a bunch of words. You know, like the thing where you standardized. Is that what I wanted to say? I think, anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is that I've got to do something, so I'm gonna try. And I also might be putting it off by filming this clip, but you know, that's okay. I really think the only way to get through this is probably to just like eat a bunch of chocolate and also listen to One Direction. I haven't checked like the definite word count because there's a bunch of things in my doc that will not be in the one that I submit, but I am pretty sure now that I'm over 12,000 words. Can't remember how much, but maybe like 12,400 or something, and 12,000 was my like minimum that I was going for, so that's good. I feel like it took ages to get there, even if like I've been at like 10,000 this whole time basically, but it was just those like that final like 2,000 words that were like a struggle, especially also because I've been, you know, like editing, and like I did cut bits out that I thought were like shit, and I did have a moment, I don't remember if I said this, but where I was like, maybe I should just rewrite the whole thing. Obviously I wasn't going to do that because it was like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks before my deadline, and it's like I'm not going to rewrite 12,000 words in 2 weeks. But it's also partially because I started this project, and then as I was working on it I like uncovered more of the like text that I'm looking at, so I do feel like I would have written this differently had I already had all of that as information and like as the text I was basing it off of from the beginning, as opposed to like throughout the process. But I think that's something like I'll come back to, because I'm obviously gonna redraft this or like rewrite it, I guess. So just trying to like put it in as good a place for me to return to later, I guess, is sort of the vibe, and to like fill it with as much stuff so that I can get as good feedback from my supervisors and then the people who read it for the panel that I send it to as well. So that's that. Okay, I'm gonna work now, I guess. Luckily I don't have a headache like I did yesterday, but not feeling great. Actually, I thought it might be, maybe it's like useful to me, and also in terms of if anybody's watching this and struggling with like their own writing and stuff, I've started like a list of things that I want to like add in but that I don't have time to, or not just necessarily add in but like engage with more, or like read or reread, that I think would be useful, but like I said I don't have time for. So I've been like making these notes, and that way also it can make me work faster, because I don't feel like worried that I'm gonna forget to like return to or like add in a bit that I want to add in. Yeah, and that way I know that I can just find this. I might like rip it out and stick it into my PhD notebook actually, but which is like on campus, not here. And that way also when I do return to this work later, like I'll also have this list to like go back to and to check and be like, okay, that's where I thought would be useful to start with, so maybe I'll go back in there. Okay. Getting through this, I've now like typed up the edits and additions that I made in this, like on this draft. I'm on page 27, which is good. I am also feeling worse and worse and worse. So I guess maybe I'll take a painkiller, and then I mean I think I can probably do the rest in less than half an hour, and then I think I'm done, and I will just send it all off and like you know, it's a draft. Like, even if it's like much more committed than just like the first draft, like it's obviously been through a lot already, and I've been working honestly on this for so long, and like I've done so much work for this, but it just also feels like that's not necessarily evident in reading or like it's all just really clunky maybe as a result of that. But you know, this is where it is, this is where I'm at. I feel sicker and sicker, like I said, so there's only so much more I can do, and that's okay. I mean, I'm getting through it, and then like as soon as I'm done, I can like lie down, maybe take a nap, maybe I might go and eat some chocolate right now as a way to help. The One Direction is helping me get through. Going back to the earliest albums. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Hello. So I have sent the email to my supervisors with my draft. I've also written my apologetic, normally, you know, email accompaniment saying the things that I think are terrible. That's not totally fair to me. I think it's like gotten better, but there are bits that like I know are like underdeveloped, or like a particular theme I do want to write more about, but I just like haven't had time to, blah blah blah. So yes, I have said that, which means I'm down, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lie in my bed. Yeah, okay. I still have some chocolate left, so I guess I can eat that also. Excuse my hair. I feel like every vlog where I talk about PhD stuff ends with me just being really ill. I got really ill, and I'm like slightly less ill now, so that's good. I still haven't like completely finished submitting what I was working on, but I'm gonna basically do that today, I'm pretty sure, which I will be really happy about, because I just want to be done. And I got like so ill, and like just like not ill from like a fibromyalgia perspective, just ill from a, you know, temperature, cold, like that kind of like regular ill. And it was just bad and like endless, it felt like. But I also, you know, I think it was like massively impacted by my level of exhaustion. But anyway, the point is I'm coming out of that, and now like I'm just gonna submit and then hopefully be done. And like, yeah, I might keep going with this vlog, but I sort of doubt it. But then it's just like, yeah, every single vlog just ends with me being really unwell. That's the update for today. I have got cake in the house so that I can use it to make myself do this. I'm pretty sure I have to like send like an email first, and then I can like get to kind of sorting out through the form that I need to fill in, and then like uploading all the correct documents, and once I send the email I get to eat cake, and then I'll do the rest whilst I'm eating some cake, I think. So yeah, okay, bye.